Welcome to Central News for Wednesday, 12th of June. I'm Amy Forrest. In today's news, cargo shed stall holders are waiting to sign the lease to put their new plan into action after being handed control of the shed on Monday. Tauranga City Council decided unanimously to lease the Dive Crescent Arts Outlet to the stall holders collective for the next 12 months, instead of continuing its lease with the council's own umbrella arts organisation, Creative Tauranga. The decision followed 10-minute presentations from both parties outlining future visions and business plans for the shed. Stallholder spokesperson Kathy Sass says their plan for the shed includes new stalls, new exhibitions and hopefully a small museum where people can see an encapsulation of the shed's history. Kathy presented a stallholder-run budget which starts off by increasing the rent by $2 per stall per day. According to the budget, it will more than cover their expenses and boost the surplus for marketing and community projects to $26,100. Tauranga City Mayor Stuart Crosby has fired a warning shot at the National-led government in an attempt to tweak Tauranga's affordable housing dilemma. At a select committee of the government's Housing Accords and Special Housing Areas Bill in Auckland, Stuart said Tauranga City Council are in support of state intervention to build affordable housing, but says increasing land supply alone is not the solution. Speaking on behalf of Council and Smart Growth, a collaboration with the Bay of Plenty Regional Council, Stuart says the government's current plan has the potential to create slums by bypassing the quality protections in the Resource Management Act and council plans. The current bill looks to enhance housing affordability by increasing available land and housing supply in regions or districts suffering affordability issues. Now for our region's weather. Hamilton, your Thursday will have cloudy periods with a few light showers and light winds. Your expected high is 16 and an overnight low of 8. Thursday for you, Tauranga will be mainly fine with morning and evening cloud with light winds. Your expected high is 17 and an overnight low of 9. Just ahead, Brain Awareness Week. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. The month of June is all about head injury awareness. Hilary Entwistle spoke with Brainwave, a rehab centre for those who have had a brain injury.
Cheryl, what is Brain Awareness Week?
It's a time when we can get out into the public and tell the community what brain injured is. There's not a lot known about it, and it's just getting more information out there.
What medically classes a head injury?
Concussion caused through sport injuries. You have a closed head injury, which is caused through a knock to the head hitting a dashboard on the front of the car. A penetrating injury is through something like a bullet going into your head and affecting different parts of the brain. Brain injury also is caused through stroke or tumours as well. So there is a wide variety of head injury. There's more and more. Concussion is really a big one because there's a lot of sports being involved.
What are the different levels of recovery?
What I have at Brainwaves Rehab people that have had a big recovery from a very traumatic head injury. The stories that we get or hear are really quite humbling because they've had to learn to function again. So that's right at the beginning, and then they come to me later on. Amazing, a lot of my clients now live on their own, they fend for themselves, run a household and do lots of things for themselves. It's a long journey, and they will never get over a head injury. That's a misconception. There's always problems with a head injury. You're just not like a Band-Aid. It's something that you can't see, but if you had a broken arm, you'd be in plaster. A head injury, there's no evidence of it.
Because of, you can't see it on the outside, do you find that some of your clients have experienced a lot of stigma?
The clients do have stigmas against them. A lot get classed as lazy, can't do anything. It's very awkward. I've got a client that's had tumours removed. It's affected his nervous system, and he gets classed as he's drunk or stoned. It's really far from the truth. They try to do their best. They listen, but there is memory is a big problem with them. A lot of them, I've had people come in here and say there's nothing wrong with the clients, why aren't they out working? But they just don't understand what is going on. Hence my comment about the broken arm. You just cannot see with a lot of them. Even a lady with a stroke, they look very normal, but there's problems in there. There's no evidence.
What are some of the things that your clients struggle with in everyday life?
Okay, the memory, they have a memory problem, there's concentration, there's anxiety, anger, tiredness. Written and verbal communications can be quite difficult. Difficulty with reading, writing and spelling, that can be quite a big thing. We have a computer course here to help that, and often it's because they're quite anxious that the reading doesn't come out, but when they feel they're not under pressure, they can actually read. I do have sayings that we have each day. They can choose a saying out of the box, and when they get confident, they can actually read the small sayings. They might be about a dozen words or so. Keeping up with a conversation can be quite challenging for them. They sit there and you'll think the conversation is going right, but they are missing some of it. They'll recall what you've said by going home at night, and then come in the morning and say, oh, I see what you mean, and you think that they've actually got that. And I've just mentioned also the confidence is a big thing. If they're happy and they're feeling not challenged, you get heaps out of them.
Do a lot of your clients suffer from depression as well? Is it quite a side effect?
Yeah, depression, yep. Depression, anxiety, anger, all those involved. If they feel they're being challenged, you'll get all the things. Majority of my clients are on medication for depression.
Why do you think it is important that we create awareness about brain injury?
It's important that the community knows the problems involving brain injury. There still is not a lot known about it, and how simply a brain injury can happen.
Tell us about Brainwaves Rehab then.
Coincidentally, Brainwaves Rehab has been going for 10 years now. We have a situation where we support people with brain injury to develop the skills and confidence to achieve a lifestyle which is meaning to that person. Each individual is different, so they have a different goal they want.
You can email Brainwaves at connect.co.nz if you are interested in their services. Coming up next, the Living Wage campaign. Welcome back. The Hamilton City Council recently adopted the living wage. Hilary Entwistle spoke with the Service and Food Workers Union.
Sharon, what are your thoughts on Hamilton City Council adopting the living wage?